Hi, and welcome to video 10 in the Ableton Tips and Tricks video series. Today I'm going to show you through Ableton how to record record samples. And the really cool part about this now with digital audio workstations is that we have the ability now to convert analog to digital through the AD turntables. There is one off screen right now that I have in front of me, and I will be recording a full track and then trying to find a piece of a sample I may use for a track later on. So the way we do this is the following. What you first want to do is, if you have not already, show your I/O window by clicking the little I/O icon on the right hand side of Ableton. Then we go to Live Preferences, and we're going to select USB audio codec, which is actually, in my case, is my record player. And then my output device is going to be Sapphire 16 in and 8 out. And the reason we do this is so I can monitor back what I am going to hear. My sample rate is going to be 48 because that's actually the maximum my record player supports for whatever reason. So then what we're going to do, now that it's all plugged in and you've got all your preferences enabled, we then press monitor in. You'll see a little bit of the metering right here, and that is my record player being paused. So now what I'm going to do is press the record button, or I should say record arm, and now I'm going to press record in this track. Now the reason we do this is because now what it's doing is it's just recording blank audio. So now what I'm going to do is start the record and start recording. One thing I forgot to mention while you're recording, make sure your level is low. I mean, right now this is actually louder than what I would want to record for a vinyl sample. Again, this is just a demonstration. So I'm going to finish the sample, I'm going to stop the video, and then what I'm going to do is, once the sample is fully recorded, bring it back in and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so now we have the sample in Ableton. What you want to do first is go from monitor in and change that to monitor auto, because that will actually read out the level inside the audio clip. Then what you want to do is, as you can see in the sample here, there's a little bit of dead space here, and then there's some dead space here. So what we're going to do is actually clear that up. And I'm going to move this bracket a little bit closer. And if we zoom in a little bit more, you can see that there's all this space here, and that is from when the record ended. So I'm going to get it as close as I can to the tail and leave a little bit extra that I can clear off a little later. Then I'm going to zoom in here and try and get right up on that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the first transient from where this started, and I'm going to put that on number 14, on beat 14. Then I'm going to expand this bracket, and then what I'm going to do is, again, get as close as I can. So then when we start the clip, we get this. Okay. So that is the vinyl sample itself. But then what do we do? Well, now what we can do is really chop it up any way we want. So in this case, I can go to the beginning again. Let me stop, and I'll play the audio clip. So what I want to do is actually take that first bar, and what I'm going to do is highlight it, then press, let me go right click, and then loop selection, and see how it sounds. So I like that sample and I'm happy with it. So then what I'm going to do is, once I've got that bar, I'm going to right click, crop sample, and now I've got a 4-bar loop that I can mess around with in any way I want. Now what I can do is turn this into a track, or hopefully insert this into a track and be happy with my work. So that's the end of this tutorial, and I hope this helps you in your endeavor to hopefully learn about sampling and hopefully learn how to record vinyl records into Ableton. The final thing I'd like to say is, if you do sample any record, make sure, if it is going to be a paid release, that you clear it up with management, because if you don't, there is a world of hurt that is going to happen to you if you don't. So again, that concludes this tutorial. Thanks for watching.